Hello and welcome to another edition of CR Wrestling Commentary. I'm your host, Cedric Kennedy, and today I got co-host with me, Cedra Owens.
Hello.
And this right here is responding to the number one viewer, Teo Jones. And he's not just number one because he's the only one, but he's number one.
I'm sorry.
That's so sad. But it's true. And I'd rather be true than anything else, no matter how blue that makes me. Because honestly, yeah, we love Teo Jones. He's honest. He does not hold back. And I want to start by saying immediately, this is not a rip or dog pile on Teo Jones, but he wrote a lot in the response. And while I'd rather be able to speak with him verbally, and just to be honest with you, there's a lot, to go over, per se. I don't know how long or short this is going to be, but this ain't a dog pile. This isn't running him through the mud or anything. Why? Because we're putting where you can find him in the description below. And if you've noticed with my shows, I don't put much in the descriptions anymore because, well, people are selfish. And I get tired of supporting people that don't want to support anybody else. It's that simple. I think that's fair.
It is fair.
So, let's go through this. And, like this ain't a dog pile. This ain't trying to pick. No. This is explaining, and I can't do this written. That's really it. I cannot do this written style. It's just too much. It honestly is. So, hopefully our voices aren't coming in too brutally and stuff. I'm looking, I'm seeing where our voices range, and it's in that yellow, sometimes creeping up to the red a little bit. So, hopefully everything will be all right. All right, so that's 2 minutes of explaining, caveat warnings, all that other stuff. Okay, so what this is in response to, we'll get to the main event, which is Teo Jones, in a little bit. But up here, right now, putting her on the spot, Cedar just listened to my commentary, a possible way FTR can elevate AEW. What were your thoughts on that without going into anything Teo Jones had to say?
Oh, you're asking me a lot.
Well, yeah, what were your thoughts, I guess your deepest thoughts or whatnot,
I agree with what you said. The thing that rung the truest is that with, FTR, I believe, has wrestled and will wrestle. According to their interview, they haven't signed yet, but they provide an opportunity. There's an opportunity for AEW to offer more than what they have. Because, like MJF, FTR, that's the FTW?
I don't know. You said some letters.
FTR, I'm getting a mix of AEW. FTR, formerly the Revival, they are students of wrestling. Just like MJF, so it makes them, for me, and I know for Cedric, a pleasure to watch. I mean, the high-flying moves, they're great if they're placed correctly. But, if you're going to do a 1,080 somersault drop off the dome and land on somebody and they don't, and they kick out, you might as well just go home. And that's what happens. And you pull out all your best shit and they kick out and then they get pinned by some dumb shit or, best friends hugs and lays on them and they get pinned. And it's too much stupid shit. Okay. Fun. Okay, this is we get into what Teo Jones said.
Yeah, so
it's just they have an opportunity, and I wish that they would harness it to be able to, okay, fine, you want to do your outlaw shit and have all your friends come and wrestle. Okay, fine, it's your money, but at least be able to offer some sort of variability within your product that could get you some more ratings, at least during part of the show, some different demographics, something. Elevate the show a little bit higher and in a different direction.
Okay. That's it? If that's it, that's it.
Yeah, that's why I said that was the biggest takeaway from your talk and what rung true to me, and I'll probably elaborate into other things as we go over what Tower.
Yes, and let's try to focus.
Jones.
Yeah, let's try to focus because we really have a bad habit of not focus because we leap into other things because there's so many examples of what can support us, you know.
Yeah.
Or anyone that responds. Well, anyone no. Taylor Jones. He's the only one that replies.
We like you.
And not because we have to. You've earned it.
I ain't got to like nobody.
Yeah, really. You know, I've already lost my liking, you know, for one person because they're a vampire. You know, and I ain't talking about, you know, Dracula or anything. No, I mean they're a fucking energy vampire. They take off from you and give you nothing back.
Nothing in return.
So
that was energy vampires.
You know,
it's the tip of the day.
Yep, tip of the day. Get away from energy vampires. So, and he starts off by saying FTR are a great tag team. They were the highlight of the NXT tag team division, playing the roles of old school wrestling, old school heels very well. But like every great talent from NXT, they were wasted on the main roster. At least in AEW, they have the chance to get the recognition they deserve. Well, here's the thing. They already got the recognition, which is what made people say WWE's tag team division just might take off. But the thing is, WWE doesn't use their tag team division unless it's to scout who's that person that stand out so they can give them a singles push, which is what I went over in my commentary.
Mm-hmm.
And basically that's just him agreeing. So we agree on that. It's just they've got the recognition. So when they say they're going to go to AEW, you know what that really means? That means that they're going to take the people that are wrestling fans, that are professional wrestling fans, they're the ones that's going to go and say, maybe they're going to turn things around. Because it's just like a title. The title, the prestige of the title is based solely on not just the one wearing it that represents the company, but who the challenger is. Because if you're going to sit there and, you know, you got Goldberg, all right? Let's say WWE Goldberg, you know, which has the same prominence as what WCW without the booing and whatnot. But let's just say you've got that. He's got the main title, and he's going to defend that belt that he's had, let's say, a year and a half. Defending it almost the same way. Sometimes there's some challenges, sometimes there's some interference, but he keeps coming out on top no matter how difficult it is. And then he comes out on Raw to defend it against the old school small person, Gilbert. That would kill everything about that title.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about a tag team. Because some tag teams don't need a belt. They're just amazing. They, like, for example, let's say the tag team champions of the old school in the late 80s and into a bit of the early 90s before 93 was the Rock and Roll Express. All right? And they always kept it going back and forth every 5 to 7 months with the Midnight Express. Okay? People would be clamoring. They'd be angry, wouldn't they? Because they would be thinking, what about the Steiner brothers?
Yeah.
What about the Road Warriors?
Yeah.
What about, you know, Doom, Ron Simmons and Butch Reed? You see what I'm saying?
Ah.
They would be wondering about that. What about for the short term that they live, Sting and Luger? You know, what you know, they'd be like, what about the, you know, Anderson and Blanchard? You know, in WWE they were the Brain Busters. WCW just Anderson and Blanchard. What, you know, they would be asking about so many teams.
They were the Brain Busters?
Yeah, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson in WWF.
Ah, okay.
And they were the Brain Busters.
Okay.
Managed by Bobby Heenan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes. So there are teams out there that don't even need the title. And FTR is one of them. It's almost like, okay, you're great, but we'll acknowledge that by giving you this belt, we acknowledge that you're great. And that's when it's not cool. You know? A belt should be earned out of, you know, work ethic, dignity, representation of the company, and it's their time. You know? And sometimes a belt is is the champion saying, we've had our run, we are already like beyond over, or the crowd's getting stale, to us. So we need somebody that can take it and represent this title. You know, there are multiple factors that lead into a title switch. Sometimes it's just because the ones holding the titles are dicks in the company. They just want to give it to someone else because they got to get rid of these people. There are many reasons to switch a title. You know, but in general, from a fan point of view, not an inside point of view, a title change is best based on if that other team, if it makes sense for that team to win it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Express, great. But the first thing in your mind is, how the hell would they beat the Steiners? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How the hell would they beat, you know, the Road Warriors?
They would have to outsmart them.
Yes. You have to make it look right.
Yeah.
It has to come across as what they always do, what you expect of them, and maybe with a little bit of extra tomfoolery to get over on them. You know, to trick them into one spot or one area or another. You know, like, I'm on them, I got for the pin. You come with the elbow drop, I move out the way. You elbow them, I go for the pin. You get up, you try elbow again, I move out the way. Certain things like that is comical, it's funny, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
What's the light-haired dude from Rock and Roll?
Ricky Morton.
Yeah, him gorilla press slamming, you know, Scott is not gonna happen.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
And if it happens,
Ricky
you have
Morton's
to.
like, you know what? I'm gonna come off the top rope with a shooting star press.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pin you. I'm gonna pick you up, give you a Canadian destroyer, and I'm still gonna pick you up. I'm gonna come off the top rope with a Scorpio splash. Then I'm gonna pick you up, and then I'm gonna hit my double team drop kick, and then you're gonna kick out. And then after that, you know, it's gonna be all this stuff. But then after that, we'll just roll you up small package.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Nah, so it would have to make sense.
Yes, that's what you need in tag teams. Okay. So he says, now he says, and personally, so this is him personally. I do not like the term spot monkey. It is very insulting to the talent. It is just as bad as vanilla midget. That said, AEW is a good tag team. Has a good tag team. Okay, but we're gonna take this sentence by sentence. All right. Now, that's personal. So I'm not gonna try to change your opinion. All right. That's first and foremost. I'm not here to change your opinion. I'm not here to force that or even try it. All right. I am here to deliver how I think about it. Now, see, my opinion is not my belief. I don't have a belief. I have what I observe, what I've learned, and what someone can possibly teach me. And I will change those thoughts based on the evidence and whatnot. Or if it sounds like it makes sense. Because once you have a belief, that becomes emotional. And once it's emotional, then anything to the contrary, you have to fight for some reason. That's why I don't have a belief in anything. I have my thoughts and I have my opinions, and my opinions are not facts. My opinions are simply a thought that can easily be changed based on somebody else's knowledge, experience, or evidence shown thereof. So let's keep that in mind. Okay? So the term spot monkey is very insulting to the talent. Yes, I use it insultingly. That was the point. That's why I said it. I want it to be insulting. Because that's what they are. They are spot monkeys. Now, earlier, Cedric was correcting me saying, look, he's not saying that, not to say that, but there's a different way of saying it. And when she said that, you know, I already had an idea of what was, you know, yeah. And yeah, it's like, you don't call him a spot monkey. You just say, there's somebody that is based on being a highlight reel. And that's what he used to call Rey Mysterio Jr. and a few others, the human highlight reel. Okay. But yes, I wanted to be insulting. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you've got... I think about all those wrestlers that came up doing their best, the best that they can to keep the wrestling industry alive and well and things like that. And people made a living. They literally supported their family. They supported themselves on and off the road. Okay? Hundreds of thousands of people made a living. And the bullshitters and the fakers were made to not be a part of it. They protected the business from those that would expose it with their bullshit. And so all of that has been spat in the face by people who expose the business by doing these amazing acrobatic moves that should be legit finishers, and then the person kicks out. That's spitting in the face of all those who have died or for the business, who literally perjured themselves in court for the business. Those who risked and got prison time protecting the business. It spits in the face of so much work. So much work. So that's why I'm like, if you are the living embodiment of disrespecting the business, then what part of me should respect you?
So here is
So that's where I'm coming from.
And you're right. But we have to harken back to, I guess, the crossroads from when the business was truly revealed, which Cornette goes over all the time, so I'm not going to go into it. But at some point, multiple things happened that pulled down the pants of the wrestling business.
Yes, it was about 5 or 6 people. Yes.
So everyone who is wrestling now is post-wrestling pantsing.
Yes.
So,
yeah, I get that. I'm just letting you know where
I'm that's what I'm doing.
Okay, because where I'm coming from, and I get this, and I understand this, but I need people to understand where I am when it comes to wrestling and how people treat it.
And when it comes to wrestling, back in the day, you got into wrestling, and you got trained, and you grew up in the business, like growing up in a household. So when you grow up in a household, you learn what your parents want to teach you. Hopefully they're teaching you right and wrong and things of that sort, so that when you step out of the house on your own one day, you will be able to function. Wrestling was the same way. Except there's a lot of ribbing and some bullshit, but
a lot of bullshit. But there was also a lot of jokes, a lot of fun.
But there was also
a lot of some bullying and dangerous shit.
But the baseline for being able to function was the education that you received coming up in it. Everybody had to pay their dues, cut their bones, whatever you want to call it, before, they got into a position where hopefully they can make some money. And everybody didn't get into that position. But there was an education that was gained. The territories died when Vince killed them. Vince killed WCW. The business got exposed. It was a lull for a very long time. And in the vacuum, there was Vince. And everything that Vince was putting out. There is no longer an education in wrestling. There's just WWE. And that coinciding with the whatever I want to have shit now generation gives you the wrestlers that we have now. Now, they're very skilled. And some of them know how to work. Like Beretta, he knows how to work. But his generational mindset, only based on what he shows in the ring, shows that he would prefer to be a silly fuck. So, that's what he does. He teams up with, I want to call him Teeth Malone because he got this funny looking grill.
That's the porn name I gave.
I know, but he's...
What's his name? Marcus.
What's his name? Chuck Taylor. He's got a crazy grill. It's something about his teeth that bugs me.
He reminds me of that dude from The Shield. That's
dude. Yeah. He's got like their teeth aren't real or something.
Yeah.
They prefer to act silly in the ring, and have fun all the time. And I think that's got more to do with their personality in tandem with the way they found the wrestling business when they got there. And so a lot of these guys who are young guys, they at some point didn't know, and then when they were told, then they started spitting in the face of it because they didn't care. And
they got told what's the right thing to do, and they're like, whatever. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna do what I want to do because the fans, they want to see this. All 20 of them.
Yeah, and you got sprinkles like FTR and MJF. MJF, who is a phenomenal heel.
Yep.
And a very good worker and a great talent in the ring, who, as we've heard, has, is a studier of the game. If you study the game, it doesn't make a difference what the game is. If you study the game, you can learn how to play it. And that's just it. That's why FTR and MJF are so good. Because
just think about it. They stand out that much.
I mean, Private Party, the Young Bucks, Best Friends, the Lucha Brothers, they're almost interchangeable. They got their own style, but every match they have is basically the same.
It's a rerun.
It's the same thing over and over.
Blow your load, kick out of everything, and then get the pin some boring way.
Now, I ain't say they got to be stroking it for an hour, but come on, man. They can do better than what they have been doing. You just get tired of seeing the same shit. And then, Sedomietos or hugs or ankle kicks. It's stupid. It's stupid, and it makes their tag team division look like crap. It doesn't look good. And to me, knowing the work that Beretta can do and knowing the work that Christopher Daniels and Kazarian can do, it's like they're taking a break. You get that sense, Cedric?
Right, yeah.
Like they're taking a break. We're going to do this silly shit for a while, get paid buku dollars. Because like Christopher Daniels been going hard for damn near 30 years?
Yep.
And so if you look at it from that point of view, I don't blame him. But on the other hand, it's like, where are your standards? Like, well, I've been holding up standards the whole time and it hasn't mounted me to a hill of beans. So it's a mix of shit, but I agree with Cedric. You could take some sort of pride in it. Maybe they do because that's what they think their job is. That's what they think their craft is, and it could just be so much more.
It could be. So let's see. Now he says it's insulting. Yeah, they need to stop insulting me first. And if you just don't, listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, Tail. Don't protect people that don't care about you. All right, that's the waste of emotion and the waste of time. Like, I love KG Muto. I fashioned myself for CR Fire Pro after KG Great Muta. I fashioned myself like that, and Chono, and a little bit of Sasaki Kinsuke. That's pretty much where I get that. But I don't make a comedy out of it either. I take it serious. It's a video game, and I take it serious. And serious means respect. That's what that means. And if you're not going to respect what I do, how can I respect you? Should I take, if you got a friend that's, they like comedy, but comedians take their craft serious, real serious. And I mean brutally serious. Comedians, they do a lot of research. The ones that do their own material, they do tons of research. They learn how to read a crowd in real time. There's a lot that goes into that craft that I can't even really touch on. But the few that I name, that's beyond my limitations. I could never do that, ever. So I'm not gonna spit on a comedian. I'm not gonna talk. Well, you're just a comedian. What do you know? They know a lot. The ones that take their stuff serious and not just saying stupid nursery school rhymes and putting some pornographic material at the end to make the crowd laugh just enough until they get bored after about 6 routines and they're like, wait a minute, you're just a juvenile LOLer, bye. So yes, you gotta respect it. And in wrestling, respect is lost. I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna do my moves, and we're gonna have fun and put on the show, and then we're gonna go to the bar, and I know we were enemies in the ring, but let's chill and just LOL, whatever. That's not cool.
Consistency in life is important.
Yes.
It can be hard, but when there is a consistency, it's recognizable. For example, and this has to do with what Cedric was saying with spitting in the face and not respecting it. Kenny Omega.
Everybody's favorite.
We don't watch him at AEW, so I cannot make any AEW references. The last time I saw him at AEW, he's getting his ass waxed every match. But, you know.
I don't care if he win or lose. I just care if he knows how to wrestle and he don't.
When he was in New Japan Pro Wrestling, you know, the Japanese audience loved him. It was, okay, fine.
For the most part.
For the most part. But what I hated, because when we first started watching it again, you know, I didn't know anything about Kenny Omega. And I don't know anything about him. I just know his wrestling style and who he likes to feel on. But that aside, he would wrestle these, 10-star matches with Okada. And you could tell he's putting forth an effort to do his thing and do it the best that he can, to the point where he turned blue.
Literally. That's not hyperbole.
Turn blue. He'd be laying there panting, lips blue. And then on the flip side of that, if he had a tag wrestling match with Bullet Club or the Young Bucks, he had on his fanciful gear with all the fringe, and it was just like a big circus. You could tell he wasn't taking it seriously at all. Yeah, he got his shit in, but he can tell he wasn't taking it seriously. Now let's juxtapose that quickly.
And then he exposed that shit.
Yeah. And then let's juxtapose that quickly with another New Japan Pro wrestler like Ishii. It doesn't matter if Ishii's out there tagging with Toru, if he's by himself wrestling Taichi, if he's in a 6-man versus 6-man, and his opponent is Taguchi, who's acting a fool. You get the same Ishii every time, kicking ass. And that is what I like. Ric Flair, you got the same Ric Flair every time he stepped in the ring. Styling, profiling, kicking ass, and talking shit.
And honestly, Ric Flair was good with comedy.
And he was. But he was consistent.
Yep.
And that inconsistency in Kenny Omega, aside from the fact that, I thought his speaking was abysmal, that turned me.
The Japanese audience found it abysmal too.
That turned me off, and then then he started this shit, and it's like, ugh. And okay, the Young Bucks, they have consistency. They do consistent crap. The same consistent crap every match. It's so tiresome. I hate how they bastardizes the super kick. I ain't even a fan of it, but damn, it's just a
jab now.
Yeah, I was gonna say a headlock.
The super kick used to be a legitimate finishing move. The super kick put Bret Hart out. Okay? The super kick was a move that was legitimate. They killed it. They literally killed the super kick like they helped kill the business. I mean, literally. That's the problem. It's impossible to take professional wrestling serious, even though you know it's a work. It's hard to take it serious when everything around it says, look at this, isn't it fun? And therefore, people aren't going to spend their rare and yet hard-earned dollars on something they know is bullshit. You know it's a work. Like, for example, in general, you get up, you go to work, and you go to this job, you work for this person that works for a person that works for a person that works for a person that owns the company, that works for a person that owns the industry of that company, that brand and all of that. All right? So you go to work, and your whole job is two views. From your point of view, your task is to stay there, make money, provide for you and or your family. From their point of view, your job is to come in and help them make more money. You are a cog in the machine. And so you help make that manager look good, which makes the district manager happier because they're making more money, which they help make, the brand more money. And neither one of them is going to go higher than what they are. Not necessarily. You can become they can go up, but not so much in pay. And then when someone comes to you with a different offer, even though they're quote unquote bad, you'll say, I'm not going to do that because that sounds like a pyramid scheme. When you're working literally in the pyramid scheme industry. Literally, that's all the job is. Is your job as a grunt worker is at the bottom of a pyramid.
And that's where you stay.
You don't go any higher. That's the point. And so when you figure that out, and you wake up, the first thing you'll start to wonder is, why in the hell am I doing this? There's got to be something better. There's got to be something that's going to help me get what I need so I can be comfortable. And the thing is, the wrestling industry was an industry, and it was not a pyramid scheme, because anyone could become, if with experience, a booker, a trainer, a coach, a promoter, an owner, a something, a champion, ring general, all that. Anyone could break into the wrestling industry if they took it serious and respected it, and could get to any level that they wanted. But now WWE has bastardized the term level, as every other wrestler now has bastardized the term level. Because level used to be about how far you could get as a professional wrestler. Now level, no one knows. I promise you nobody knows. Because if you want to get it to the next level, what is it? What does it look like? Describe it. We're tag champions, but we're trying to get to the next level. You're the fucking tag champions. What level? What's the next level? Guns? So, it's... you gotta think about that. And that's a whole lot coming from... I mean, Dale Jones, he writes in a way where you're like, whoa, I gotta respond to this. He's good for that. It's like a little trap. It's like a little trap. So if you got comments for all the way we're saying, timestamp it, but please listen to us before you actually comment. Don't assume what the next thing we're going to say. Listen to what we say. I'm talking to anyone that hears this. Anybody. That's important. Okay, I'm making sure that it's still recording. I gotta do that from time to time. Okay. So he says, it is just as bad as Vanilla Midget. And personally, straight up, I don't use the word midget. I don't like it. There's an E-Fed that I used to watch a lot, and they got a wrestler they're trying to, I don't know, be comedic about Just Incredible. So the person's name is Just a Midget, or Justin Midget, and I don't like that. And I used to do commentary with this person. I can't, because they make so much of a mockery of pro wrestling, even though it's just a game. They get disrespectful at other points. They fat shame. They're picking on little people or people that are just short. They do everything. So I can't get behind that. They are literally indie level in the wrestling game areas, but everyone is. I'm the only one that's not. It's rare to find somebody like me that's going to actually, I got aliens, I got cats, all this other stuff, but the professional wrestling, that's sound. Ranking system, that's sound. Commentary, I'm not perfect, but I take what I see seriously. And I comment on it seriously. Even though you'll hear me laugh a lot of times here and there, because I honestly might say something that makes me laugh. But I'm not going to see somebody get knocked out and then laugh at them unless I, on commentary, actually don't like that person. So I try to treat it as if these digital characters are real people. That's the point of it. And so that's haunting when somebody doesn't take it serious, and when someone gets hurt, I have to say this, quote unquote, hurt, and they laugh at it. I can't have them on my show. That's scary. That's scary. And they try to talk using industry terms. I don't do that on my commentary. I don't say that they no-sold. I don't say they sandbag. I don't use those terms because that's not the terms that a commentary team or person should use. That's me taking it seriously. That's respecting it. Yes, it's a video game, but I can't be a pro wrestler due to my illnesses and stuff. So this is me living vicariously. And this is just me. So yeah, I'm not going to be disrespectful just to be disrespectful because it's fun. So keep that in mind for anyone listening. You know, there's a lot you might think I'm just trying to chastise Jones. I'm not. I'm literally just speaking to anyone that might hear it. Usually, if I'm going to address Jones directly, I'm going to do it if you haven't noticed. So yeah, and vanilla midget is a really jacked up term. It really is. I don't like it. That's real jacked up. It's multifaceted, messed up. That's different. Spot monkey, if all you do is get in, blow your load all over the ring every single night, then you're nothing less than a spot monkey.
You're just trying to get your shit in. That's it.
And that's it.
And there's so much more that you can do in the ring. It's actually a shame if all you do is just get your shit in.
And then small package. I mean, if you're going to kick out of a brain buster, you're going to kick out of a shooting star press, you're going to kick out of the doomsday device, you're going to kick out of the Canadian destroyer. How does a small package beat you?
Good question.
So yes, I do. When I watch wrestling, I do take it serious. I do. You know, because I have respect for wrestling, for professional wrestling. I have respect for it.
And the truth is, whether you're telling a story with your wrestling or if you're being a spot monkey, doing either type, you can still get severely hurt or killed.
Yes.
I don't care if it's predetermined, all this stuff. Predetermined doesn't make the moves any less dangerous.
And we can see a lot of times when they do the shooting star, they never touch them. When they land, they never touch them. We can see that, yeah.
We also see when what did Dragon Lee do the Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix Press.
Yeah,
or whatnot. Yeah.
On I can't remember his name.
Hiromu.
Thank you. I can get my alphabets right.
We don't know if he let him go. We don't know if he slipped out. We don't know.
But when he hit, we knew it was bad.
Yep, we could see that. You know, I'm just saying. You know,
when Shibata headbutted Okada, we heard that. We knew it was bad.
And then he started wobbling. Then the cameras had to leave him alone.
And it was far worse than anybody could have imagined. And I hate that.
But you know what? It was a good spot. It was a good move. So you know what? It was fun, but it just turned out bad. Yeah, really. His career is probably completely over, and he's young.
He's young.
That's why we were so pissed with him. When you take it serious, when you are respectful of it, you are wary of doing stupid shit. You're wary of it. You know, I'm gonna get into that later. I'm saving shit, but
let's try and stay on target.
Yeah. That said, AEW has a good tag team division. Lucha Brothers, BFFs, be best friends, and Santana and Ortiz are good tag teams. Honestly, hold up.
I'm not impressed with Santana or Ortiz.
They are good tag teams, but they don't do good tag team.
Yeah, they don't work the gimmick of the match. And the Lucha Brothers, I don't blame them because their origins as far as where they come from, the wrestling is different. So when you watch them do their thing in AAA, okay. And I'm sure they thought, oh, we pair you all with, Private Party, who is still very green, and they keep burying them.
Nobody would kick out of that shooting star unless somebody came and saved it. That's just how that would go.
Burying them. And it sucks because they're not going to rise any higher than they are.
They can't. Okay, look, listen. I want to explain this to Jones and anyone else listening. burying them is not just simply killing their career. All right, it kills them from gaining audience eyes. All right, yeah, it's going to link with killing their career, but just hear this out. When you do your move and it's epic and there's a kick out, the fans, when they see that move and you hear them, cheer for that and they are so excited, and then the person kicks out, listen to how dead it goes. That's literally like watching your superhero come out of the clothes and say, "Oh, I'm just Janitor Bill, really. Everything else is just wires."
Hell yeah, that'll be heartbreaking.
that will kill. That kills it. When I was 8 to 12, and kids were finding out that Superman was not a real person, their hearts were breaking left and right. Superman ain't real. None of them comic books are real. There were kids that had first edition comics and were burning them or throwing them in the trash or giving them away at school for free.
Yeah.
They didn't care. They didn't give a damn. They were mad. So when you get a Canadian destroyer and you bastardize it all the way down to some transitional move, and Petey Williams apologized. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean for it to be a transitional move." I was angry. He innovated one of the most devastating moves that should be legit done over. And if someone is saved from it, they need not get up for damn near 2 or 3 minutes. They should not be usable for a long time. And even when they come back, they should be holding their neck. They can't take another move, because if they do, they're pinned no matter what, because that destroyer should have been it. But no, people get the destroyers put on them, they kick out or they're saved, and then they're up in 10 or 15 seconds. And that will make people like, well, what's the point of the destroyer then? And now people say, well, it's just fun. So now you got that fun niche group that just wrestle porn. They just want to see the next move, the next spot. They don't care who gets hurt. They don't care if the move is legit or not anymore. They just want to see it because it's fun. And those are the ones that's going to not stay anyway, because they're going to get bored because you're doing what they want you to do.
Petey Williams, Canadian Destroyer. Seeing a clip of that move is what wrangled Cedric and I to seek out wrestling on TV again. Because we were done. WWE had killed it for us. They murdered WCW, and then they started murdering the talent on WWE. We were just done.
Let me tell y'all what happened. We were done. We weren't watching it. We got tired. CJ was listening to me commentate matches 3 to 4 and 5 moves ahead. Alright? That's no problem. The problem is the reaction to the move and stuff was the same. People were very mechanical in the ring. There was no, I took an elbow off the top rope, let me clutch, oh my god, I hurt. No. They just pow, then they lay there and get pinned and then don't move and then get out the ring and walk to the back like, oh well, I did what I did. That they killed it. It killed it. So we're flipping through channels. We see TNA wrestling. We saw that. Was it Preview Guide at the time?
Something like that.
And then it was an advertisement for it. And you hear TNA wrestling. Jeff Jarrett. I'm like, oh, that's where Jeff went. AJ Styles. Who the fuck is that? And then you hear and that 6-foot power driver. And I was like, hey, what? And that 630 senton. Wait, a what? And we want to check it out. It took 2 weeks because we were so done with wrestling, we didn't want to give anything else a try. So then we decided, okay, look, it's on, let's check it out. All right. So we see Petey Williams. He wasn't as ripped, but you could tell that he got a lot of tone to him.
He was a cutie.
He was a little mighty body. He was adorable.
Yeah. But
he looked like somebody that could whoop somebody's ass if he had to.
They were a little heel. Them Canadians were heels.
Team Canada. They did a good job. They annoyed us. They pissed us off.
Yes.
But they never made us say, well, screw watching this.
Not like Jericho or Edge.
Yes.
Fuckers.
Literally, they made us, oh man. Anyway, so when we're watching their match, Petey Williams and Bobby Roode, before it was Robert Roode, I think.
Scott D'Amore.
And yeah, no, I'm talking. This was a tag match.
Oh, okay.
And they were and all of a sudden, Petey toe kicks, hammers him in the back, standing head scissors, hammers him in the back again. He doesn't taunt, but he makes it think for a second.
Yeah.
And then he hops up and leaps over power driver, and me and Cedra popped. We jumped up off the bed like, oh shit! You see that? And dude was down.
It was over.
And it was always like that. He even did it running off the ropes. There was always a way to get that move on, even from the top rope. But no one ever kicked out. Nobody did. That is what it means to have a move protected. That is a legitimate finishing move. And no one kicks out. And their friends had to help them out the ring.
Yes. Just like the Black Hole Slam. Nobody kicked out the Black Hole Slam.
Nobody.
It was over.
And then when it was, where was it? A pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's how it should be done. So the tag team division, is it good? No. No. Because everything gets kicked out of. That's not good. What good is your tag team if they're, one, not doing proper tag team? What good is your tag team if they ain't got each other's back? They just help each other set the other person up for moves. That's not a tag team. It's not tag team wrestling. Even in AAA album, we watched it back then. That won't even tag team wrestling. Even in AAA, they made the hand-to-hand tag. But if you get thrown out the ring, the opponent can just get right back in. Your partner can get on in there.
Yeah.
These are good tag teams that don't tag team good.
Because tag teaming good is not required.
And Grammarly don't tag team well, but I'm just doing a play on words.
It's not required in AEW because the ones who are running the tag team division don't do tag team well. They want to be the Hardys, but they're not.
And the Hardys did tag team beautifully. They didn't do backslap tags and stuff like that.
Because they got coached and educated about tag team by a tag team specialist, most likely, when they were in WWE. What's his name? P.S. Hayes, before they kicked him to the side?
No, they had tag team down before that. They was doing that in SCW.
Okay, because you saw them at SCW. I never saw them at SCW.
Yes, they had that mess locked. And they became a stiffer. They were New Japan level tag team when they started, publicly being known to hang with Michael P.S. Hayes. They got ripped, per se ripped. You could tell they got toned. They got stronger. They moved better in their ring. They moved in that ring the way Edge, Christian, and Gangrel did when they first got there.
Oh, that was a sight to behold.
That was a sight. With the Brood, when they first got to WWF, their first 5 tag matches, especially their debut tag match, that's beautiful. That's how I like to see people when they come into a company. That's what I want to see.
And Gangrel still moves that way. He's like 55.
Yeah. It's a slightly slower.
Yeah.
But he uses the ring to his advantage. He uses the recoil. He uses that bounce. He uses the size. He uses where the ropes are. He uses the weight of his opponent to get things done, to help himself move more fluid in that ring. You don't see that. You just see, get on the ropes and help me do my move. They're out there. Are they waiting? Yes, it's been 15 seconds. They're standing there just acting like they're dizzy, but they're looking at you. All right, jump. They tried to catch you, but you went too far to the left, and they stuck their hands out when they should have just looked at you and be like, "Oh, he crashed and burned. Now stop on his back." Call an audible. If you're gonna dive to the right, I'm not gonna catch you. I'm be like, "Oh, he missed. Now I'm gonna take advantage." Tag teams aren't tag teams. They're just individuals with a partner to help set up their moves. That's it. You want to know what tag team is? Watch the Dudleys or the era of Team 3D or the Dudley Boys. Watch them in TNA mainly. Their TNA pay-per-views. When they were on any pay-per-view in TNA, watch those matches. That is what you call the prominence of tag team.
The Beer Money.
Beer Money,
Beer Money.
holy shit.
Woo.
Motor City Machine Guns.
I'm telling you, before Beer Money,
America's Most Wanted.
Robert Roode. We knew that he had something, but we just didn't know what. When he teamed up with James Storm,
that was
it was like a flower blossoming in the wilderness. It was phenomenal.
And then after the tag team was over and he went singles, they did. You know, it was an angle, a storyline, getting him ready for a singles match and all that for a title. But at the same time, you could see Rude was adding to his repertoire. He was adding, pacing. That thing that nobody likes.
Nobody understands pacing.
You want to know pacing? Watch Sonata.
He does pacing beautifully. We're getting off topic.
No, this is still about tag teams. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Sonata because you can do that all day. All right? But the tag team division needs tag team work. And that's why I was hoping FTR, they get there, maybe they could fix it. Because officially, these are my official words, AEW has a lot of great tag teams. Mm-hmm. But now there's a tag team there that can make them great teams. That's it. Make them great teams.
Because people, in order... You can't just get in the ring as a wrestler and stand there and be like, I'm a wrestler. You have to have opponents. And sometimes wrestlers have that opponent that makes them step it up a notch. Apparently Flair had, what's his name? Steamboat. I've never seen one of their matches. I can't recall.
Trish Stratus had Jazz.
What's her name? Gail Kim had an awesome calm.
Yep.
You find that opponent, whether you want to or not, where it makes you step it up a notch, and you just see more come out of them. These tag teams need that, and maybe FTR can be that if they don't get, exasperated with the whole climate.
And then say leave, because I know how to solve all this shit. I know how to solve it.
You know who has good tag teams in general? As another example. Ring of Honor does tag team very well.
Yes, they do. They got it.
They got it.
But we haven't seen it in a long time.
They probably haven't been running shows.
It would make sense. You're not trying to get sick and die. Nope. So okay. She says, however, they have not been booked very well. The Bucks should not be in charge of the tag team division. They do not know the first thing about proper tag team wrestling unless it involves spamming super kicks 100 times and kicking out of moves they should not kick out of and going overboard with the spots.
Yep.
Again, there are no bad tag teams, just bad pacing and booking, which is what we said, which is what we agree with, and what you say. But you know what? It's not the Bucks. The Young Bucks, they are in charge of the tag team division, but these tag teams are in charge of themselves. They their own person. They are grown-ass men.
And this is true.
They can go out there and have whatever match they want.
They need someone there giving the direction. And I think Courtney has said this, that the fucking lunatics are running the asylum.
Yep. There is no one voice to say, do this or else. There is no voice. There is no man in charge or woman. There are women out there that know wrestling down to a science. So whoever can tell you what to do and how to do it, that's who you listen to. Respect is a two-way street. The problem is they want you to give respect while they disrespect, and that is never ever cool. That's what I've been going through on my Discord server and stuff. You want my respect, you want my attention, and you want my LOLs, but you don't want to return it. And that's why I'm distancing myself from people on Discord and whatnot, outside of being professional when it comes to CR Fire Pro. That's what's happening there. And that, if they won't get in these guaranteed contracts, if they weren't getting these $100,000+ a year payments, I'll be honest with you, what would these people be? Because they're getting away with being stupid and disrespecting the business and getting paid for it. If the people there say, I'm not watching this crap.
Yep.
This is what is this? But no, you've got those 10,000 to 20,000 fans that will scream louder than the 300,000 fans that wish they could see some actual wrestling. So all you think is AEW is just protected by all these fans, when no, if you take away every single person that doesn't like that type of quote unquote wrestling, you know what? No, if you take away the people that don't want to see a performance art, if you take them all away, what do you have left? You will not have enough for ratings. You will not have enough to justify paying all these wrestlers $100,000 and more each. And you know their top stars, their vice presidents, their presidents and whatnot, you know they're getting paid way more than that. You know, you can't sustain it. It's unsustainable. Not unless you got other businesses, Tony Khan, that's making up for any revenue loss from wrestling. So then all you have is a money pit that has an unending fuel supply. That's all you would have. Because you'll always have to sit there, and while you lose maybe, $500 million every single week, you might have other companies that keep feeding $3 billion into it, so you never see the loss. But the truth is, there's no gain. And being so selfish to not think about the wrestling business and how you can actually help it, you're actually aiding in killing it even further. Because you're selfish. And selfish people never do for others. So AEW will gain the audience, it will gain some people, but when those people get tired of seeing the same crap, the same spot monkey moments, and they leave, they got nowhere else to go. That's the whole problem. And you raising a whole new generation of these kids that are 12 and whatnot to think this is what professional wrestling is. And when they grow up, you think what this is stupid? It's going to be worse. And that's why people like Joey Janela and, these other jackwipes, they wouldn't be up and they would never been in the wrestling industry at all, because they would do nothing but bring it down by their sheer presence and the way they move and the way they don't work. And that's why it should be taken seriously. You take the business serious. You take it with respect. If you don't have it, if you don't have respect, if you can't take it serious, you will be weeded out. And that is how they protected the business. They brutalized people, so when they go back, it's like, man, that was hard. You know how much exercise we had to do every single day? That broke me. I ain't doing that shit. And so when they watch it on TV, they have a lot of respect for it. Now they don't. Give them some boots, get some tights or trunks, a t-shirt, throw it up in your backyard, film it. You know what you're doing? Nope. But maybe these 5 people will see it and like it. Those 5 people are going to tell other people. And those people are going to tell other people. You know who's watching? Everybody who's roughly 25 and under. And you know what they're doing? Woohoo! Woohoo! Yay, that's fun! Hit them with this, hit them with that, make them bleed, break their arm. And those kids are out there actually doing it. And they made no money.
No money.
And they've accrued a hospital bill. And that hospital bill is going to be in the thousands of dollars that they don't have. And when they finally heal after a year or two, they come right back to doing it, only to get hurt again.
Equate to do with porn. If you're going to put yourself on camera and have sex and then have it be distributed, you should get paid for it.
Exactly.
If you do it for free, you're a fool.
Exactly. Every prostitute can take care of herself.
Yep. Yep.
A prostitute can take care of herself. A whore is always trying to find a place to live. That's it. That's the truth.
And we're not being derogatory. You do what you do.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do something, at least do it well.
Yes.
If you're going to do something, do it well. If you're going to be a prostitute, if you're going to be an outlaw wrestler, if you're going to be a professional wrestler, if you're going to make boxes, make them the best damn boxes they can be and get paid for it.
You're going to book a team. You book a team. Booking a team is simply just who wrestles who, how's the match, what's the match elements, the main elements of the match, who wins, who loses, and how do you make it look great, and you have to know your audience as well for that. You have to know your audience. So it's not that it's not booked well. It's not that it's not booked at all. There is no booking. Booking is not setting up a match and seeing how it ends. That's not booking. Booking is psychology. Through and through. Fans, wrestlers, you got to go through the stupidity of the wrestlers. Like, I don't want to lose tonight. I lost last night. And you be like, motherfucker, you getting paid more than the ones that's going to win. I got to think about my image. Okay, going out to throw about 15 super kicks and the fans be yelling and cheering. Yeah, but they like the super kicks. Yeah, they do. All the indie people clamored for that, and now you gave it to them. And so anyone that did have a super kick as a finisher looks weak.
Yep.
Now if they do the super kick, they got to look like they're legitimately trying to murder someone in order for that super kick to look like it has some legitimacy to it. A lot of people just don't understand, Cedra.
I know.
They don't. And I'm not saying Teo don't understand. I'm just in general. I'm being very general. People just don't understand. No, they want it to be a joke. They want it to be funny. But then at the same time, and I've talked to a lot of people where wrestling is supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be funny, but they don't watch it either. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't watch the show. They don't watch the program. They look for clips of the finish, clips of a single move. And then they judge the whole match or company based on those clips. That's what they do. Because they don't want to see the whole thing, because deep down inside they know it's so garbage, they don't want to waste their time watching it. They don't. It's like, oh, I like AEW, I just don't watch it. What? It's like, oh, I like my significant other, I just don't like being around that motherfucker. I like sex, I just don't want to participate in it. Like, wait, what? Man, you see that hamburger? That's delicious. You gonna eat it? Nope. Throw it in the trash. I like the idea of knowing how delicious it is. So just think about that, people. Think about it. Then he says they need to put Arn Anderson in charge of the tag team division. He knows more about tag team wrestling than the overrated Bucks. Yes. We went over that earlier.
I'm in favor of Arn doing anything.
Listen, I'm in favor of me being in charge of the tag team division. All right?
I'm in favor of that too.
There is, I met a horsefly named Hank. He would do better. He was awesome. He would come to me and be like, zzz, zzz, zzz. I'm like, dude, you nailed it.
Hank Horsefly has some sound ideas.
Hell yeah. You know? There's some sperm on somebody's towel that knows more than the Bucks.
Ew.
I don't like the Bucks anyway. Look, I don't care too much about somebody's wrestlers' politics and their racism and shit. You know, my idea is get out there, entertain me, and shut the fuck up. But the Bucks are some racist dickheads. It's bad enough you help ruin the business. It's bad enough you get yourself over at the expense of so many that came before you. And then you shoot down those who do know better. But then you're going to be an actual racist piece of shit too? Go fuck yourselves. Seriously, go fuck yourselves. Okay, so next he says AEW must let FTR be FTR. Book FTR to win tag belts and book more tag bouts as traditional tag matches and save the high-flying moves for special moments. And wait, I'm sorry, I'm reading through one eye, so. And not in every single match. FTR can push everyone to be at their best, push them to the next level, whatever that is. and make the tag division the highlight of AEW. Now, first, only thing I have to say about that is, truthfully, the only thing I have to say about that specifically is the next level. No, the tag team's got to come out of the gutter first.
It's got to reach a level.
They got to come up to level 0.
They got to get on the elevator.
Yes.
They still stand outside the building deciding what to do.
And people are all right with that and paying them money to do it. That's what's going on. But yeah, everything else is spot on. But I don't understand. I guess you just didn't like the word spot monkey, as I said earlier. You just didn't like me using that term. You said it's disrespectful. But however, Tail Jones, I got to call this out. Everything you say agrees with me. The thing is, you want me to respect the talent that don't know or care about you. I don't understand how you can defend people that don't even know you to like you. I mean, you could get to know them. It's damn possible nowadays. Wrestlers used to be unreachable, untouchable. You had to just happen to be where the fuck they were. Booker T, how tall is he? About 6'1", 6'2"?
I think.
Stevie Ray is probably 6'3", 6'4".
I guess.
I saw them in Burger King once. I didn't know who they were. I just came in. I was just going in with my cousins and stuff and my uncle. And Stevie Ray was walking away, and I didn't notice who it was at first because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm 5'11" and a half. Okay? I'm standing up straight. He walks away looking at his food to leave, and it seemed like the base of his neck was 4 feet higher than my head. I'm serious, and his head is tucked low. He's leaning over, but his goddamn shoulders seem like it was twice as wide as I am. I'm like, what the fuck is... I'm in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I could tell it was a black dude. But I'm like, why is he 12 feet tall?
It's like Lance Archer.
Lance Archer is supposed to be 6'11", supposedly 6'10", 6'11", and on TV he looks kind of thin. Not thin as in don't eat thin. I mean, he looks like he's the weight he should be. I mean, the size he should be. But at the end of the show, we didn't recognize him. Mm-mm. We watched him in person like he does on TV. When we watched him wrestle. Ren Narita. No, it won't Narita. Was it?
Yeah, it was Ren.
Ren. Yeah, and that was wrong, Lance, if you ever hear this. That was wrong what you did to that man. But when we got done and we were, leaving, I was like, this is kind of a short guy, but who's this bouncer that looks all calm and shit? That's what I was like, that's a bouncer. He looks really calm. I could not tell it was Lance Archer.
And I walked past and I was like, there's Lance Archer right there.
And I was like, what? That short-circuited me. Because, yes, I would have loved to be like, oh, here's my phone. And I would have literally said, Mr. Archer, can I have a few words with you? And I would have grilled him on what he did to Ren Narita. That is my thing. That is me personally. I would love to only talk from a Mark fan, know nothing point of view. That's what I would love to do. That's my thing. I find that to be the greatest thing to do. Not to protect the business. That's not even part of it. That's my epic fun right there. That's my epic fun. Why did you do that to Mr. Narita? What is wrong with you? And he was like, fuck him, everybody's gotta die. And I'd be like, no, not everybody's gonna die. He's got a family. And see, and part of me would be trying to get him to laugh anyway. Or to get him mad at me in a maybe joking way. And I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of things I could say. Like, the crowd was hating you. They didn't like what you was doing. Why would you keep doing it? Because Because that's the questions that anyone should ask. He's like, fuck the fans.
Yeah.
Fuck, they pay your bill.
Fuck these people.
Fuck, they pay your bill. Why would you do that? He's like, everyone's gonna die. You gotta die. This interview is over. And I'll end it. You know? And he might, and I'd be like, thank you, man. Thank you. And move on. That's kind of what I was hoping that would happen. But, I didn't think he would be that small. He looks ginormous in the ring. And then you stand there, it's like, wait, we almost the same height.
I couldn't say that. I had to look up.
Maybe he's tall, but I'm not as short as I think I am. Maybe. I'm in a Doctor Who episode, you know, the outside is bigger than the inside.
Hey.
I
had to look up.
Well, yeah, you short.
I'm not short.
5'6" now. You was 5'7" 2 years ago. My woman's broken.
You broken?
Okay. After that, we're getting to the end of this. And wrestling can be fun, CR. So you assume too much right there, Teo Jones. You assume too much. When it is done, wrestling can be fun, CR, when it is done right. You assume too much. You just take it too seriously. Okay. I'm gonna shoot straight with you on my feelings, and you need to hear everything I say. You need to hear it and understand what I'm gonna say, because this is my initial feelings and my deep thoughts, and they are contradicting each other heavily, because I get enough of that. You just take it too seriously. My initial thoughts is, fuck you. That's my initial thoughts. Fuck you. And fuck you for saying that. Because that's fucked up. You don't know what too seriously is. And still, besides that, I'm still like, I love Teo Jones and I respect what he has to say. But he doesn't know. You don't know my level of serious. You say I take it too serious because I take it a little more serious than you do. I take it more serious than the Bucks do. I take it more serious than the people I know on Discord do. If I took wrestling too serious, if I legitimately took wrestling too serious, alright, I would be losing my shit right now all over the place about any clip I see about pro wrestling. I would disavow Jim Cornette 100% because he had anything negative to say about the women in professional wrestling. I would rip you apart just because you didn't say enough horrible things about the Bucks. I would right now, I literally would be eviscerating people left and right because they don't hearken the way I grew up on wrestling. They don't do it that way, so everyone should be ripped asunder because they don't do it that way of how wrestling was when I grew up. That would be me taking it too serious. So when people say that line, you take it too serious, my first thought is, fuck you. That's my first thought because that's some bullshit thing. That's really fucked up. That's a fucked up thing to say. Really. That's like me saying you take your life too serious. That's why you're always upset. Or you'd be in better spirits if you just took your life as a joke. What's wrong with you? You know, I don't know how you take your life, Teo Jones. I don't. Alright? And if I lost you as a subscriber, that's fine. I'm used to people hating me. That's just life. But I'm just letting you know how I feel. Now, what do I think? I'm like, I can understand. I understand where he might be coming from. That's if he understands where he's coming from. But you can't say a line like that without putting a lot to support your claim. You've got to support your claim. You know, and I do not respect that opinion because that opinion is false. I respect the ability for you to say it, but I don't respect that you said it. Because that's not right. That does not represent me. And you're making a straight up judgment about me without clearly knowing everything about me about this topic. you don't know. And you can't take one passage, one video, one or 3 hour rant of mine and then judge me all around for it. That is not fair. That's not fair. And you need to know that. I got in Google Translate, I've got what's this? TJ's Kingdom, Things Need to Change. And I got that in Google Translate so I can listen to it. Alright? But whatever is said in there, I'm not going to judge your overall character based on everything said in this. People are multifaceted. And it'd be very erroneous of me to judge everything about you based on one post or 20 posts or 30 posts. I have to know you. I have to be around you. I have to have conversations with you for a very long time before I can actually judge everything about you. How you take something. Because there are multiple ways I take professional wrestling. Multiple ways. And it's not right that you would say that, especially after listening to me all this time. That's not fair. That's not right. And that does a disservice to our time of getting to know each other per se. Getting to know each other. And I think that's the greatest error is acting like we haven't been in talks all these times. Would you agree with that, Cedra?
Yeah.
To an extent.
To an extent.
Do you think I take wrestling too serious?
No. But I know where you're coming from with it.
Yeah, you know where I'm coming from with it. See? Yeah. She knows. She can judge if I take it serious or not. She knows that I don't.
It's just that there is no relation between how people treat wrestling and view it now and how you and I view it. Because not only do they view wrestling as a joke, they view everything as a joke.
Woohoo! LOL. YOLO!
And we just ain't got time for that.
Nope.
We don't have time. If you're not gonna take the time to give a shit about what you're doing, why the hell should we? And that's not taking it too seriously. That's just having standards. And having standards is becoming more and more foreign as time goes along to certain people.
So you have the ability right now, Tail Jones, to be toxic or to be honest. Because you could just unsubscribe. Okay, that's going to show what you really are. Or you could just leave a comment like "fuck you too." All right, that right there, that'll show who and what you are. You can leave a downvote and nothing else, and assume that downvote's supposed to tell me everything that's in your head. That would explain who you are. See, that stuff is when I can judge people in whole. That's what helps me judge somebody. That's how I use that, because it's easy. And I ain't saying easy as in easy thinking. No. When someone gives you a downvote and they say nothing of why, that tells you everything about them. They don't like to use that thing above their neck. They don't understand about communication, conversation, or anything. That's what that is. If you want to leave a comment, "fuck you," without saying anything, that's just as bad as a downvote. And you're showing you're an asshole. And assholes are people that I get away from immediately. All right. And if you hear what I say and you don't like what I say, then tell me why you do not like it, like you have done, instead of just blanketly judging. Because that's fucked up. Now, I gave a fuck you, but if you find that disrespectful, I want you to think about something. I've been reading your whole damn reply, and I have been giving my damn commentary on it. We have spent a lot of time on this because legitimately we respect what you have to say. Just think about that. And agreeing with you. Even when you disagree with us, there are little points where we agree with you. That's respect. And I can understand where certain things come from, so I don't offer too much of an argument because I'm like, oh, I get it. I get it. But when you and everyone else keep saying I take wrestling too serious, just because a lot of people saying it, that don't make them right. That just means that everyone's roughly in that same age group and they think the same level when it comes to wrestling and how I feel about it. Because when I bring up the counterpoint, the logical, rational counterpoint to it, it's always the same thing. They jump subjects or they just say no and disagree and don't say shit else. That's it. They've got nothing. They don't care about the wrestlers' lives. They don't care about the livelihood of those that could have been wrestlers. They don't care about, territories and how many people would have been better off wrestlers than in prison or dead. They don't give a shit about that. They just want to see the highlights, the super kicks, the LOLs, the fun. They don't care. They don't care. It's all about fun, and there's no way to respect anything if you're only doing it for fun. I promise you that. This says, no, okay, and wrestling can be fun, CR, when it is done right. You just take it too seriously. Do not get me wrong. I want more serious wrestling too. So why you contradict yourself? Okay, but not all the time. I like some fun in certain wrestling matches. Anything involving Yano and Taguchi. I still respect your views of wrestling and enjoy listening to you. And you know what? You said you enjoy listening to me, and I'll be honest with you. I got emotional over that. Someone said they, enjoy listening to me. That's you said that before, and I got emotional over that because I don't get to hear that. I don't. I've never heard anyone else say, I enjoy listening to you. I've never had that. And I thank you. I don't get that, man. So, and wrestling, Yano, Taguchi, Flair, Ricky Morton more than Robert Gibson. Rick Steiner more than Scott Steiner. Hawk, actually, of the Legion of Doom. They were comedy wrestlers. And they were hilarious. And you could see when it turned
Piper,
good grief. Rowdy Piper. Comedy wrestler. Bobby the Brain Heenan. Comedy.
EY.
Oh, man. Eric Young. Eric Young. James Storm.
Mm-hmm.
That's, yes. And we love him. Taguchi Ryusuke is someone that here's the thing. Is he funny? Yes. Is he fun? Yes. But I take him serious. I take his comedy serious. Is it funny? I crack up laughing. I'm serious. I be hooting and hollering over here. It's funny. But I'm also watching his skill in that ring.
And see, there's also a very profound difference in what people find funny. And oftentimes, what people find funny, people younger than us, is not funny. It's demoralizing. Oh, they got demoralized. That's funny.
Yeah, there's a big difference. There's a big, like, for example, here's a really good example. What's funny in wrestling? Okay, guy goes to the top rope. The heel kicks the buckle. Guy drops down, crouches himself. Oh, crazy look. Funny. Heel turns around, takes a bow. Funny as fuck. And then backhands the face. Throws him off the top rope. Take the moment, and there you go. Alright? That's funny. Wrestling military press slam. It's a tag match. Hawk got the guy up top. He's on top. He's showing him to the crowd. Tag partner comes in. runs off the ropes, drop kicks Hawk. Hawk don't flinch. He don't flinch. And the guy looks like, what the hell? I gotta save my partner from being slammed. The guy comes off the ropes, toe kicks him. Hawk don't flinch. Comes off the ropes, toe kick. Another toe kick. Comes off, Hawk throws the opponent into his tag partner. Alright? Hit the mat. Partner gets up. What are you doing? He's like, I'm trying to save you with this, and then he toe kicks him. And you're like, oh shit. And you're laughing by then. You're getting a little chuckle. And it's like, no. And then he toe kicks him back. And they stare at each other like, man, I'm getting sick of you. Hawk runs over there, clotheslines them both down, picks them up, toe kicks both of them. Animal comes in, they do military press and slam them into each other, and they drop down onto the mat. A whole sequence that could be funny. Why? Because I watched that happen. I watched it happen. And that was a doctor before he retired, Manabu Nakaishi. That was before he retired. He would do the Argentine backbreaker and they'd be toe kicking him and stuff. Yep.
Young Lion's trying to chop him down. He's like, you're too small.
Yep. And then when he was younger, honestly, just 12 years younger, he had him in that backbreaker. He toe kick the opponent, coming off the rope, and then score the submission, and then drop him down on the opponent. Every once in a while, that's when he was a heel, or just for comedy's sake. But then you got other stuff. You got Chris Masters, big dude, great body. He can talk. Amazingly beautiful intro on WWE at the time before. It was E. Okay. He gets hurt. He's not on the sauce anymore, but he still works out, so he comes back. And so he goes. He sees Triple H. He's like, hey, you got something for me? He says, yeah, Tip, how you lose 50 pounds in a month? And Chris had a lot of comeback, but every comeback would expose Triple H as a steroid user.
Mm-hmm.
See, that wasn't fun.
No.
But that's what everybody wants to hear. When Cena and Roman Reigns was out there and Cena was breaking the fourth wall to get over on Roman Reigns didn't say much because he was trying to respect the business, trying to respect Cena, and knowing that his job would be on the line if he calls Cena out too much. He knows Cena is a protected talent. And Cena was just embarrassing him left and right. That wasn't fun. But that's what everybody wants to see. Who can embarrass who? They don't care who has a believable promo, who is believing their own character. They're not caring about that. They want to just see who can humiliate who. And that is what is bred into the fans of today. It's always been there, but it was kept at check because wrestlers had limits. You know? So, if I take it too serious, to you, what you're really saying is I respect wrestling. And maybe you don't. And everything that you wrote up here says that you do. So you've got to find, because this is what we call cognitive dissonance. You can't cite me for doing something too much while you're showing the same signs of doing the same thing. So maybe you should take the time to figure out what you mean by too serious. Because if I did, the fact that you chastised me saying that after so many has, and they only use it to piss me off. If that's really why you're saying it, it's just to get at me, then I don't want you up here. I don't want you to leave any comments. I want you to unsubscribe.
Honestly, I'm going to intervene and say that I don't think he was saying it to...
Okay, god damn it. I said if.
Yes, and if
I
don't even I'm saying I don't think his if even applies because of how he comes across up to this point. Yes. Now the folks that you deal with on Discord, that's the different story.
Yeah, you can hear that in the commentary when doing the watch-alongs. You can hear their shit. You can hear, oh man, that was crazy. What do you think about that, Cedric? Just to get at me. No, I don't think Teo Jones is trying to get at me. I'm saying if that was part of his reasoning, I don't need him up here. Because that's not right. And I don't deserve it. And I won't sit here and be, bullied just to keep a damn view. People don't like what the fuck I do anyway. I know I'm a loner in a lot of this shit. I know I am. That's just been my life. It's not that I'm pushing people away. They just can't handle me being respectful. Because people aren't taught how to fucking respect people. So, I'm just going through all the rigmarole. Okay. So yeah, if the whole point was to just get at me, then fuck him. If he's saying it because he hears something and it's triggering a thought process in him, then I would say for him he needs to just check that thought process and be like, wait a minute, he said this. I can't blanket those words into into any whole thing about him. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's not right.
Yeah.
He said a lot of things, but I'm not going to sit there and say, you're evil, Teo Jones, because you said this line. I'm not going to do that. He don't have to, Teo Jones never had to give me respect for me to respect him. Because I respect him immediately. He just has to prove to me that I don't need to respect him. And he's far from proving that. He hasn't done anything for me to disrespect him. And he can say, well, that fuck you was disrespectful. That fuck you is if you meant that to be a dick. And I get tired of people saying that shit. And I'm going to end it soon, but it's more like when you see somebody, just think about this real quick. You see somebody in the hallway somewhere at school or a building and they're not so happy looking. And then somebody comes up and, gives them that shoulder nudge. And then that person turns around and just stab them multiple times. How many times has that person been bullied or beat on or picked on or insulted before that moment you see?
Yeah, no one ever thinks about that.
You can't judge that one freak out moment as everything. You got to think about what's gone on way before that. And hell, does him and that person have history? Or was that person that final damn straw? So you got to think about that. That's very important. So, everything that's been said, I'm appreciative of. And if you don't listen to me anymore, that's fine. I get it. I understand. That's just how it is. But this is your one life. Anyone who's listening, this is your life. You're breathing, eating, loving, hating, enjoying, disliking, all this other stuff. Should I take your life serious? Or should I just see you as a joke to do whatever I want to do with you? Think about that. Because I can take you serious and we can laugh and chill and crack up. Yeah. I'm still taking you serious. I'm still respecting you. But if you're just a joke, well, if I'm seeing something on wrestling, I'm like, that'd be cool. And I just clothesline your ass over the couch and dislocate your neck. Then, I didn't take you serious. And if you got a problem with it, then why you taking things serious? Look, just go to the hospital and get it fixed.
Maybe he didn't know how to work.
But yeah. Cedric, he did not know how to work. Marty, she did not know how to work. It's like, no shit, Sheik. So, yeah. That's my rant. That's my thing. I just hope you understand. I read this. We responded to this. Watch it in part. Do what you got to do. But just understand, when you keep saying certain shit like that, what you've done in past videos, when you respond, you just take it too serious. You take it too serious. Think about what you're really saying and why you're saying it. Dissect that in your head. Please do. Please do, because, man, it's bad when you blanket stuff like that. So anyway, it was Cedric Kennedy, Cedra Owens, and this was CR Wrestling Commentary on responding to the #1 viewer, Teo Jones. That's if he's still going to be a viewer, because, this ending was very abysmal. But it had to be said. It was needed. It's been an hour 35 minutes, and we got stuff to watch, stuff to do. As always, thank you for listening. Check you later. Say bye, Cedra.
Bye, Cedra.